Billy, people are watching our videos, and
Thank you, by the way.
we,
Thank you.
we got a dislike on one of them today.
Yeah!
I wonder what will make someone dislike that.
Well, it's life. It's not exciting. It's boring. So,
Just don't watch it then. You know what I
right,
mean? That's what I don't understand. Then why are you watching it?
Yeah, it's whatever you're going through. It's not my problem.
It's just like when you get a negative. Sorry, when you get a negative review on Uber. Like what? It was just something that person was going through that day, I guess.
Sometimes, maybe.
Is it weird knowing that everybody? I mean, not everybody, but that there are other people out there hearing about this journey for you?
Yeah.
It's weird. Do you want to stop doing it?
No. I mean, I think there's something that I can learn by hearing me talk about it. So I can learn something by hearing us talk about it. Someone else might learn something.
The two most valuable things for me are that, first of all, I think people need to talk about this. I haven't done a ton of research, but what I have is basically like how to keep your grandpa from wandering off. You know what I mean? Like that kind of conversation about it, but not like this. Well, no, but this part of the process where it's like, you know that it's coming, it's not quite here yet, like you're clearly still lucid and can discuss your feelings about it. Like is there, I just feel like there's maybe like a void in the market, so to speak, for this kind of conversation about Alzheimer's. But also, like, can you imagine how valuable it's going to be once you are at that wandering off stage and, like, you know, not really present anymore, for me to have this library of memories, you know what I mean? And to go back and hear you talk and just knowing how you feel about the whole thing. I mean, not totally selfishly. I think it's important for you to talk about it, too, and to process the way you're feeling, don't you think?
Yeah, I mean, I guess first and foremost, I wish it didn't happen or isn't happening. But at the same time, it is what it is, and the only thing you can do is try and confront it and slow it down, or deviate it, or I mean, I'm thinking that my own awareness of it is scary but helpful. Because I'm not crazy.
Yeah.
You know what? You know my always forgetting where I put something, or what's my next turn to make, or did I take the medication, or did I eat breakfast this morning?
Does it help you be able to stop beating yourself up so much?
No.
No, of course not. That's your safe space. I would think it would give you a little bit of like a relief, like thinking like, okay, I'm not just messing up. It's something that I can't control.
Yeah, but at the same time, I look back at my early years. It's like 10 years old. What the hell did you do that for? That was stupid.
Well, everybody. I mean, I think everybody feels that way to a certain extent.
But I don't think that had anything to do with this.
Right. But that's my point. That's your go-to, is to beat yourself up about stuff. Yeah. Like you always do that. Well, I think I just feel like this is a rich opportunity for a couple of reasons, because we learned of it so early. Like, I think that's probably pretty unusual. I don't know what the statistics are, but like, I think most people probably wait a lot longer to get tested and figure out what's going on.
Well, I have to thank you for that, because I would have never tested him. I would have never thought that. I'm just thinking he's absent-minded. He forgets shit. Sometimes just doesn't know exactly where he's at, and smile about it and move on.
Yeah.
Just try and think about, ways, in my own head, think about ways that I get alleviate that. And it always seems, in hindsight, well, it's going to happen, or it happened again, or
You're so good at adapting. I know we've talked about that several other times, but like, I think you've had to learn to adapt and cope with so much already in your life. And you don't complain and you don't get down about it. And you don't say, oh, well, I'm going to give up. Like, you've always learned how to, like, okay, I have this shortcoming. I'm going to learn how to, like, get around it and still function properly. And I think you did that to a large extent with this also. Do you know what I mean? Like, you did know that you were being forgetful and like all that, but you're just like, all right, well, I need to set some reminders, or I need, write some stuff. I need to write down my stuff in my notebook. And so I think you don't have that thing where I would ever expect you to come to me and be like, hey, I think something's wrong, because you would always just try to deal with it yourself. Do you know what I mean? So I think it's helpful from that perspective too, to have somebody else who can mirror, like, see it from another perspective and like see what's going on with you and say, hey, I'm noticing some pretty big changes. Like, I think we should get it checked out. You know what I mean?
My problem is I never knew when to reach out for help. And it was always too late to ask for the help.
And yeah.
And luckily I have a partner that has seen and stepped in my stuff a couple of times and figured out, hey, there's something going on. And just, like I said, thank you for being there.
I think for most of your life too, you haven't felt like there was help. I think you grew up in an environment where you were expected to deal with stuff on your own a lot, and from anywhere from just like being in a family of 5 kids where you just had like you just handled stuff yourself, and to being in school where they did not care about what your issues were. They just punished you for not being able to perform like everybody else could. I think you just don't have that thing where you're like, I'm gonna go find somebody who can support me with this. You always try to handle everything yourself. You always try to cope and adapt and figure it out on your own.
Yeah, I mean, I always thank you, because I do think exactly that.
It's true.
Along the time, it's like, well, I want to do this. Well, here's the book. Go read it. And come back when you're ready.
Right.
But
I think it also gave you the gift of thinking that you could figure anything out. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think you kind of have like a deep faith in yourself that you can handle it. It might take you longer. It might be a little bit more difficult than it would be for somebody else, but you can do it. And I've always really respected and admired that about you. Because I don't feel like I have that very much. I feel like there's some things I'm like, I can't do, and I'm just like, whatever. I'm not even gonna try. So
crossword puzzle. That's why they made erasers, man.
Yeah.
Why is there a hole in that paper? Got it wrong.
Lots of times.
You judging? But yeah,
I do think this is a gift. I think not having Alzheimer's, but knowing about it so soon and being able to talk about it and process it together.
Thank you for that, because it's like I wouldn't do this on my own.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not taking me kicking and screaming, but
yeah, I think it's important, and it's really helping. I think it's just helping me, not that this is all about me, but I think it's helping me process better, to have these discussions and create kind of a community around it, so that it's not just like this horrible thing that we're dealing with in isolation. Like, that makes me feel better that like we're doing something with it. Maybe we can help someone. Maybe there's going to be other people watching this video going, you know what, we should head to the neurologist, or whatever. Just helping people deal with this. Not that we're experts, but at least we're having a conversation.
Yeah, I mean, there is. Sorry, dude, got in your way. There are professionals out there that have an idea what the hell's going on. Finding them has been a battle, but
I feel like it's a relief to have someone say, you're not crazy. There's something actually wrong. Do you know what I mean? I felt a big relief when you were diagnosed. Because I was like,
and I have to admit the same.
It felt like the puzzle pieces kind of fell into place.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, what was the early problem? Just, you know, not being able to put two and two together and come up.
Well, then I mean, I know we talked about this before too, but that's another question. Like, how long ago did the symptoms actually start? Like, it's so hard to tease apart, like, any other, like, neurodivergent stuff you have going on with Alzheimer's. But I do think back, like, was that thing that happened 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 years ago? Was that, like, the earliest sign of this? Or, you know what I mean? Or was that just Bill being his normal absent-minded self, you know? I definitely saw, like, a pretty significant change over the...
I mean, I like to think that was something completely different.
Right.
But at the same time, you know, is it a mirror of it? Is it, yeah.
I mean, there's no way we can do this, but it would be interesting to me to be able to go back then and see if you did have the plaques on your brain back then. You know what I mean? And then you can be like, oh, well, this kind of explains part of it. But who knows how long? I don't even know how long they take to develop. Like, do you have them for 20 years before symptoms show up? I don't know.
Do you have them for 40 years before
Right.
symptoms? I mean,
I don't know the answer to that.
Yeah.
Well, I'm really enjoying the opportunity to get closer with you here, and for me not be frustrated with you so much. Like, it's given me kind of more space to be forgiving and go, you know what, this is not something he can help. And when I have to, you know, move your mug into a different place in the kitchen 50,000 times, I'm like, all right, there's no point in being mad about that, you know, whatever. It doesn't even, you know, puts things in perspective. It's like...
Paint a spot on the counter
and
mark Bill's coffee mug, Bill's beer mug.
In 10 years, that will seem like a really dumb thing to be upset about. So I'm not gonna be upset about it now. You know what I mean? Like, it's not worth it. Life is short. That is the one thing. That's just every day that rolls through my head. Life is too short. Life is too short. Not worth getting upset about, because this is not gonna last forever. And that's true for everybody. But most people don't go around their lives thinking that, you know.
Yeah.
This could be the last day that we be together. It's probably not going to be, but it could be. Let's make the best of it, you know?
Yeah. Like Mark Knopfler. Why worry now?
Exactly. Life's too short. Fuck it.
I guess that's always been one of my mottos. It's like, bull your way through, get her done, get a little sweaty, pick your head up, smile about it. Yeah, got that done.
You do. You have that.
Took a little longer than usual.
You definitely have that in spades. That was one of the things that I loved about you. You just don't complain. You're not picky. You're like, let's just get whatever we need to do. Let's do it, and let's have as much fun as we can while we're doing it.
My arm hurts.
No, you don't do that. I've been with some whiny little bitches, and you are not one. You're a good person.